The major killer of God's destinies for man is lust. Could be a lust for greed, lust of pride, lust for immorality, lusts for material things, lust from fame. Then that will deviate, influence you into actions that will produce destructive elements of influences in your future. And the Bible speaks about the lust of the spirit and the lust of the flesh. Have you ever thought about that? What's lust? Because sometimes our concept of lusts are very deceiving and not very helping. When the Bible speaks of lust, the Bible is referring to energies that are permeating through your mind into your brain cells. They're energies. They are electrical impulses that are traveling through the naves of your brain cells. Yes, they are electrical impulses, satanic electrical impulses that pass through your brain cells, your neurons. And that becomes a struggle. You call it urges. You call it anger. You call it insecurity. You call it malice. You call it bitterness. You call it wrath. You call it jealousy. You call it greed. These are energies. They're energies. They're lusts. They are powers. Once they creep into your consciousness, they control your entire life. And that's what the Bible says, that God has not given us the spirit of fear. Fear is a lust. Fear is an energy, is an electrical impulse. God has given you the spirit of power. You know what power is? The spirit of abilities, supernatural abilities. God has given you the spirit of sound mind. So if your spirit does not have access to powers and a sound mind, it becomes inactive. It becomes unproductive. These are the two major outlets for the functionality, for maximum or to max out the potentials of your spirit will require a sound mind and access to revelatory insights on powers. God has given us the spirit of power and of a sound mind. So your spirit has access to God's eternal depths. But for there to be a transmission of these realities, of these depths that your spirit carries, a sound mind would have to be developed. And a revelatory understanding of abilities and the spiritual realms is required for a maximum outlet of the capacity and potentials of your spirit.